Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about Donald Trump's efforts to jockey for delay, even after he's, lost completely in the fraud case in Justice Arthur Engoron's court. So we have the massive judgment, and it's now just a question of entering it. When that has been entered, now the clock starts to run on having to appeal, getting together all the money and the like. So here comes Donald Trump in to ask for more time. And the argument, it's not a pretty please argument, it's a how dare she argument. And she in this question being Letitia James, because James submitted a proposed judgment, a pretty routine thing for a litigant to do at the end of trial. Here's a proposed judgment for you to, for what it's worth, Your Honor. You can't, there are some times that there's some judges basically who almost always employ them. They say at the end of their decision, they'll turn to the winning party and say, will you please prepare a draft judgment and, run it by the other side. And then that's what the judge will look at, maybe make a couple changes. But that's a pretty normal thing. Not, though, in the opinion of Trump and his counsel, who come in and say what was supposed to happen here is there's supposed to be some kind of process between the two to really talk it through and quote unquote settle judgment. And if they're unable to do so, and by the way, I think Trump and team have agreed on basically zero large or small maneuvers since the trial began. They couldn't be more uncooperative. But what they're suggesting is, they really try to get together, take some time, figure out how the proposed judgment should read, and if they're not able to agree, then submit competing proposals. And so they ask for more time to do that and to calculate prejudgment interest, which, when exactly it should start to run, which they say should be as of January 9th, 2023, whereas there'd been, apparently it's just sort of a Scrivener's error, previous entry of May 11th, 2022. All right. So Trump comes in, time, please, delay, please, so we can quote unquote settle judgment. And James comes immediately back saying, what's he talking about? There's no provision here for settled judgment. You didn't order us to settle judgment. You just said, that we're at the end of the road here. And so we gave you a proposed judgment. Nothing's wrong with that. You can, ignore it or not. But Trump's argument that this was unilateral and a violation of order and, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, and of course, always leave as the final argument. To enter it now would be a violation of his due process rights. So that's trying to set something up for appeal. And, the AG says, look, there's nothing to any of the points that Trump raised. It's, just an attempt basically to try to delay things. We already had in the court's opinion a detailed statement of what should be in the judgment and order. So, we're taking it and writing it down and presenting it in a tidy package for you to consider. Defendants can do the same thing, but surely there's no basis here for at least once again, trying to stop the music a little bit more time until the judgment is entered, meaning a little bit more time till he has to get a bond together, meaning a little bit more time that he can possibly keep his much loved properties like 40 Wall Street out of the clutches of the AG to satisfy the judgment that flows to the people of New York for his fraud. So, unsurprising little skirmish. It's like even after it's all over, the patient has died, but they're still bargaining for more time. The skirmish continues. Don't expect Engoron to make much of it or to grant it, even if if he did, in the unlikely event, it wouldn't add up to much time. But it's like, there's just no bid for any kind of delay that Donald Trump's ever encountered that he doesn't love. As we said at the very beginning of the Talking Feds podcast this week, which we're getting quite a lot, by the way, of compliments on as maybe one of the best ever. I'm just saying, putting in that stray pitch. If you haven't listened to Talking Feds, speak on when to start. But he's got a whole quote saying, "We want delays." That's, he puts it right on his sleeve. Anyway, he does want delays. Another one from Engoron, the AG, says no basis. And I believe that's what Engoron is going to say as well. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.